Hi everyone, welcome back. Korean spicy rice cake or tteokbokki. It's an iconic Korean street food. Sweet, spicy, savory, and chewy. If you ever went to Korea, you will definitely eat this and probably love it. But you don't have to go there to get it because I'm going to show you how to make it right now. This tteokbokki or the spicy rice cake is very simple. It only requires a few main ingredients. You need your broth, you need the ingredients to make the spicy sauce, and then you have your main protein and vegetables. And we use cabbage, scallions, and this is tteokbokki or this is the rice cake. It comes in a pre-packaged like this. And then the fish cake, it looks like this, and I'll show you what it looks like when I take it out of the package. I'm going to go ahead and set aside the pre-measured ingredients because I need to prepare my rice cake and fish cake. So let me set that aside real quickly here. All right, now, this is the rice cake. It comes pre-packaged like this, vacuum sealed. You find this in Korean grocery stores. Actually, most Asian grocery stores have them. What I'm going to do is take it out of the package and I need to soak it in water. So this is one package, it's about a pound. This is one item that I always have in my house because it's really easy to make and our kids love it and it's so delicious. Okay, so what I typically do is soak my tteok or the rice cake in water while I prepare the rest of my ingredients. So I'm going to set that aside. And then the next thing I want to show you is fish cake. Comes also pre-packaged like this, and all Asian grocery stores have these. This is optional for those of you that do not like the fish flavor, but I think it really gives it that nice umami flavor. If you want to make it vegetarian, you don't have to add this. So for our recipe, you only need one sheet of rice cake. Let's see if I can get this out of here. This is also the thing that you put in kimbap, the Korean, kind of like sushi, which I have a recipe for. If you want to click on the link above, you can find that. All right, so it looks like this. What I'm going to do is slice it in half, and some people cut it in triangles, such as that, but I'm just going to make it into thin strips, like this. You can cut it however you want, doesn't really matter. All right, and I'm going to set this aside along my plate with my other ingredients here. Okay, all right, now it's time to make the sauce. Okay, let's talk about the sauce. Now, traditionally, tteokbokki is made with anchovy broth, but Pat's not a huge fan of that, so we use chicken broth. You can use canned chicken broth or homemade. And luckily for us, Pat made homemade chicken broth last night because that is gonna go into his grilled chicken dish tonight. It's a family recipe, delicious. If you're interested in that recipe, why don't you leave us a comment in the comment section later on. The rest of the ingredients for the sauce are gochujang, gochugaru. That's this. Spicy Korean chili paste and the spicy chili Korean powder. You can find both in Asian markets or Amazon. We also have soy sauce, sugar, corn syrup, garlic, and fish sauce. The reason why I'm adding fish sauce is because our main broth is chicken stock, and I want to add that little bit of the umami flavor. So that's where the fish sauce comes in. Okay, it's time for the sauce. I put my stove on to about medium. Here goes my chicken stock with some water mixed in. To this, I'm going to add the rest of my sauce ingredients. So we've got our chili paste. Got the chili powder, soy sauce, sugar, garlic, fish sauce and the corn syrup. You can choose to just use sugar if you want to and not add the corn syrup. But what I find is the corn syrup makes the sauce and the tteokbokki a little bit more glistening, pretty, I don't know. Anyway, it's optional. You don't have to put it if you don't want to. I'm gonna mix this all together and let it come to a boil before I add my fish cake to it. All right, so the broth has come to a boil, so I'm gonna add my rice. Now this had been soaking for about 15-20 minutes, and I'm just gonna pour it in here. And then I'm going to let this cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. So it's been cooking for about 7 to 8 minutes, and I have been stirring it pretty consistently because I don't want any of it to stick to the bottom. But I don't know if you can tell, but it's plumped up a little bit. It's become a little bit more tender. At this point, I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients. Now, this is the traditional ingredients, the cabbage, scallions, and the fish cake, but you can play around with it. Some people like to put carrots in here and zucchini, and it doesn't really matter, it's up to you. And then the hard-boiled eggs is a completely optional item, but our family really enjoys this, so I'm gonna add in here just 2 because it's just for Pat and I today. I'm going to mix this all up and let it cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. And then at that point, I'm going to give it a quick taste to see if I need to adjust the seasoning. Let me just stir this up a little bit more. All right, let's see. Just taste a little bit of the sauce. It's so delicious. It's really, really good. Just needs to cook a little bit more. At this point, I think it's done to my liking. Now, if you cook it longer, the sauce will thicken, but I like it to be a little bit more soupy because sometimes I'll add some noodles in there, like pre-cooked udon. Some people like to put ramen noodles in there. I think it's great. So it's time to turn it off and put it in my serving dish. It's plated, it's time to taste now. It smells so delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and use my chopstick. Ready? So chewy. I love the chewy texture of the rice cake. It's kind of like mochi for those of you who know what mochi is like. Anyway, the rice cake is nice and chewy, spicy. I love the spice. Now, the level of spice you can adjust to your liking. And then it's sweet, spicy, savory. I love it. It's so delicious. It brings back so many great fond memories of my childhood. This was so delicious and so fun to make and really, really simple, like I said. I hope you give this recipe a try. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, leave comments, and don't forget to subscribe and press that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.